Hello. You hear me? Oh, the connection is so bad.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me? My connection is super bad today. Hopefully it's all right. How
Yes,
are you?
I hear you well.
Oh, good.
I'm as usual, as good as usual.
Good. Good.
Good.
Oh, man. Give me 1 second. I need to adjust something because my computer is crazy. I have a that you can help me with since you're a computer person. That I don't know what's the best program to clean out my computer. I definitely have some malware because if I click on something, a pop-up twice. So I'll click once, a pop-up. I'll click again, a pop-up. Third time, the link will work. It's making me insane. And it's been a few days, and I ran some scans, and nothing's really helping. Do you have any advice?
Really, I don't have any advice because I don't see your system on my hands.
I guess that's true. Well, if you had to give really general advice, what would you give?
Really general advice to find a really good IT guy.
It's not a good IT guy. All right, I guess that is an
Because
option.
every particular case is different.
Yeah, bummer. Anyway, how has your week been? It's Thursday. You're almost to Friday.
Oh, it's almost Friday. I forgot. Well, I live day day life, and it's cool. It was cool week.
How are you sleeping? Are you sleeping during the day still?
No, I sleep in during the night,
Good.
like like a usual human being.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad things are normalizing a little bit. Um, do you want to hear a very funny story that I read in the newspaper this morning? Do you know
Of course.
The new Pixar movie? I think it's called Inside Out in English.
Uh,
And it's like it's a movie about your brain, right? Like all the little like the people that are inside your brain. It looks really cute, but it's for children, right? And so there was this one town in the United States where kids, a whole audience of kids, went to see this movie, but the movie theater didn't play this movie. The movie theater played Insidious 3, which is like the scariest horror movie. They messed up because it's like, oh, it's Insidious. Because it begins with the same thing, like INSID. So they confused it. And these children watched like 20 minutes of this horror movie.
yeah. Uh,
I feel like it's very it's kind of
well,
perfect because the movie is about what our brain thinks. So it's kind of the ultimate brain trick.
yeah.
Play a horror movie. Oh, not to cough.
I'll check it on torrents.
Yes. Good. So let's do this. Let's get started. This lesson is it's not exactly creative, but it's a lot of tips that will help in regular conversation when you have really small, awkward conversations. I hate small talk. I hate it. But we all have to do it. If you're like at a party or whatever, you have to like make
Usually,
small conversation.
usually we do it on autopilot. On autopilot.
Yeah. Right. So this class we'll talk about it, then we're going to do some listening exercises. I have like listenings about small conversations. So it'll be like a listening practice. Okay? All right, let's do this. Since you're the only one here, which makes my life so much easier, I want you to read all of these tips. Let's go through these together. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, the art of small talk. First, introduce yourself and use a tagline, e.g., "Hi, I'm Julius from Munich." Munich.
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 Okay, Munich. In Munich. This can get the conversation started as your colleague can ask a question about your hometown or your trip.
Good. So if you had a tagline, what would you say?
Hi, I'm Anton. I'm human.
I think
I'm
that's good.
from I'm from Earth. Yeah,
I'm from planet Earth.
yeah, yeah.
You're like, I have 2 arms, I have 2 legs, and a head. I'm Anton.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
exactly. When your colleague introduces himself yourself, try to repeat your name when you reply, or use their name later in the conversation. Break the ice with a comment about a current news story or a remark about the event you read, its location, and the weather. You used that tip.
I use that tip. I always
Yeah, you
whether.
just told me a story from news.
Oh, it's true. A current news story. I almost
Yeah.
always talk about current news stories or the weather because the weather is a neutral topic. Nobody can be offended by the weather.
Okay. Uh, Tip 4. Avoid these topics of conversation: your health, your private life, gossip. The best conversation topics are sports, books, theater, movies, food, museums, and travel. Try and find a shared experience or something else you have in common.
I also added some other stuff on the side, and I want to talk about why. I put to
Money,
also,
sleep,
yeah, money, sleep,
dreams.
roots,
Ooh, okay.
and diet. So why do you think these things like health, private life, money, sleep, dreams, why are these probably not good topics of small talk?
Uh, uh, I see. Uh, if general give a generalization, um, they all related to private life.
Good. I think that's a good idea. That's a good point. Because you want to avoid anything controversial or boring, right? When you talk about sleep and dreams, it's boring. Nobody cares. So you don't want to talk about that because you're going to bore everybody and make a bad impression. All right, go ahead.
Keep the conversation flowing by not monopolizing the conversation. Ask a question and really listen to your colleague's reply. Then respond with comments from your own personal experience and ask other questions. Ask open questions which require more than answer. If your colleague ask, asks yes no question, give some extra information. sounds sounds like him, and phrases like really can be used to indicate that you're listening and interested, and will encourage your colleague to tell you more. Excuse me. Share information about yourself, but keep it positive. People don't like colleagues who are negative, depressed, or to complain a lot. Remember your remember your exit strategy. Have some phrases ready to uh, excusing yourself politely and move into another group of people. Jay, it's always nice talking to you. I'll see you later. A transition word like well can also communicate that it's time to stop.
Have you ever noticed that when people try to leave conversations, even in movies, they're like, well, they say,
Mm,
they take a big breath. Well, okay. And then they're like, well, I need to make a phone call. I'll talk to you soon. They do the
mm,
big
I
breath.
I
Well,
think I think it's more Americans think to leave conversation in that way.
yeah, it could be.
American or Netherlands guys from Netherlands also do
Really?
that. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Uh, we're and the last one. If you enjoy talking with your colleague, tell them so. For example, I have really enjoyed talking with you. I hope we have the chance to talk again soon. leave a leave a positive final impression with a smile and strong handshake.
okay, so we've read these 10 tips. I want you to tell me which two or three are probably the most important to you.
To me, avoiding controversial topics. First one. Uh, uh, I don't know. Maybe introducing yourself if you don't know people around you and people don't know you, and maybe keep the conversation flowing.
Good. Okay. I think they're pretty good. Trying to ask open questions, things like that. Um, what is your biggest pet peeve? Do you know this expression, pet peeve? Which means like something that annoys you. What is your biggest pet peeve when you're having small talk?
I'm sorry. Um, I don't know. Usually, I always indifferent to small talk, to all small talks. I kind of on autopilot when I take part in such conversations.
Yeah, sometimes it's very torturous. Small talk can be torture.
Yeah.
Especially if you are trying your hardest. My pet peeve is when I'm really trying. So I'm asking questions. I'm really trying to find something interesting because I think everybody is interesting in some way, trying to find something interesting about somebody, and they just will not give it to me. So I'll say, so where do you like to travel? I don't really travel. Okay, so what kind of, do you know about this movie, that movie? No, I don't know it. They just don't engage on any level, and it's really uncomfortable. I almost feel like they're angry at me. I'm like, you don't even know me. You can't be angry at me yet.
Okay. I understand that you feel uncomfortable when you talk with me, but please bear with me.
No, but you're a student. It's a different situation. Totally different situation than when you're in like a social event. This is a different type of atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Also, speaking on the computer is strange. I still am not used to it. Like Skyping with people is still very strange to me.
Usually people imagine the future when we we will possibly have some kind of some things like Google Glass or things like that. How it would like from the perspective of another man.
Yeah. But I don't know. How do you feel about speaking to somebody in a different, what's different when you speak online to somebody?
Mm, to me, no differences
It's
at
that is
all.
not that's a ridiculous comment. That's ridiculous. It's no different. It's completely different.
How it can be different from talking talking by phone. How could be different?
I guess it's quite similar to talking on the phone, except the only
It's
difference would be is that you have to stay in the same spot, right? So when I talk on the phone, I can also do other things. So I can like clean the house a little bit. I can walk around. I can be walking in a park. And
well,
uh-huh.
in that case, you can't do that because you're a teacher, but I can do it because I can actually use Hangouts from my phone, and it would look like exactly as a phone conversation.
What about connection problems? Is there ever connection problems on
Hmm.
your phone?
Well, right now I use mobile internet to participate in this
So it's pretty
conversation.
good. Well, I guess it's
Yeah.
because I'm very accustomed to terrible internet. You know that we just got here in Argentina. There's a certain spots in the city um, where you can get 4G, but 4G isn't a normal thing
I
yet.
I use 3G. We don't have 4G in my town,
And
at least.
it works all right. Huh. Interesting.
Well, we I live in small town. We have a good line, and because maybe because communication infrastructure very good developed.
Well, look at that. It's interesting. I guess I never tried it. I wouldn't try that because I don't have a phone that gets internet. I don't have internet on my phone. I have like an old, really bad phone, as we've discussed before. But I have it on purpose because I destroy everything. So I have a bad phone. So in case it gets stolen or destroyed, it's okay. But I see your point. The only other difference I see with Skype or Google Hangouts, for example, being in real life, is that you can't have silence, which is similar to the telephone. Like when you're with somebody, if I miss somebody who's from the United States, who's in New York, and we have a conversation, we have to like have a conversation, have a video, be engaged, and like speak, which is quite nice. But what happens is there's no like the presence of just being with somebody and you don't have to speak to them, which is kind of nice, just having company. You don't actually have to be talking the whole time. And that's what's different.
Well, yes.
That's true, right? That's a true thing.
Obviously, that's true.
That's the true thing. It's not perfect because it can't be. It's impossible. We need to have teleportation.
Make a request to scientists
To Google.
so they invent a way to hug each other
Exactly.
online.
Great. Okay, let's do a little bit of listening practice. So what we'll do is I'm going to show you 4 different conversations, and you're going to just observe these 4 conversations, basically saying, were they good conversations, were they bad, what tips did they use, and what tips didn't they use. You don't have to be specific. You could say, she found something in common with him, so it was a good conversation. Or he didn't answer any questions, so that way it was a bad conversation, for example. So just kind of observe what you hear in these conversations. Okay, let me open this up.
Audio 6. Audio 6. Conversation 1.
Hello. I saw you sitting on my table at dinner, but I didn't have a chance to speak to you. I'm Harry.
Hi, I'm Alessandro.
Who did you come with? Is this your first company event?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you'll have a great weekend. Have you seen the program?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, it looks very entertaining. I think there are some left at the information desk. Are you here with colleagues?
No.
Well, you'll soon get to know people. So, would you like another drink?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Well, it's been nice talking to you, Alessandro. You don't mind if I go and get myself a coffee? See you later.
Conversation 2.
Hi, I don't think we've met. I'm Paolo from Napoli. I work for one of the company suppliers.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Sonia from France.
Nice to meet you.
So, I've heard that Naples is becoming very popular for foreign investors. Is that true?
Well, Sonia, it's interesting that you say that because...
Conversation 3.
Hi, I'm Sumitra, based in the UK.
Hello, I'm Krishnan. Sorry, where are you from originally?
Well, my parents live in Calcutta. I was born there, but I've moved around a lot.
You are from Calcutta? No, that's amazing. My parents are from India. In fact, they are there now visiting relatives.
What a coincidence! Where did they come from?
From Bhiwandi, near Mumbai.
Bhiwandi. Isn't it famous for its textile industry?
That's right, yes. So, have you spent much time in India recently?
Conversation 4.
Good evening, Adriana. I thought I might see you. Back for another company event?
Oh, Adam, how lovely to see you here. I heard you weren't coming.
Really? Who told you?
I can't remember. But anyway, how are things?
Oh, Adriana, where should I begin? I injured my leg in January in a skiing accident. The doctor told me to take it easy, but how could I rest with my job? Then I got flu, but we were organizing a huge trade fair at the time, so I had to keep going.
Oh dear.
Then I had problems at home with my daughter. She's 15, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Look, I have to go, Adam. Catch you later.
Okay. 4 conversations. What did you notice? Which ones did you notice were good and which ones were bad?
I notice talking people. First conversation was bad. Uh, the second conversation was good. The next conversation was good, and so on.
Good. Okay, so what made the first conversation terrible?
Both participants made that conversation terrible
Why?
because one bothers another, and the other didn't want to speak with the first one. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, and he only asked yes or no questions, and the other one just answered yes or no. It's quite boring.
Yeah.
Good. And how was the second? The second and the third conversation were both good in similar ways.
Well, people just found something in common and kept conversation flowing.
Good. And then what about the last conversation?
I decided don't listen. Don't listen.
Why did you listen to it? You're the only student here today. All the pressure is on you.
Because I was bored.
Oh, you got bored. Okay. You are like the most difficult student I have because you're just not interested. Why do you take these classes?
Because I have to.
Because you have to?
Why I'm taking these classes?
Yeah. It's because you have to take them?
Obviously, because I'm learning English.
Right.
Right.
But you're picking and choosing what English you want to learn.
I'm
You're
sorry. You got it.
I say but you pick and choose which English you want, what English you want to learn.
What English I want to learn.
Yeah, because if you ignore one of the conversations, that means you are choosing not to learn that English. You're not open to all of it.
Maybe I don't know why I need to think about it.
So do you want to continue this lesson or should we change topics?
No worries. I'm ready to participate. I'm sorry if I broke your lesson.
This is when Anton's here, I need to have another student. So at least I know somebody's listening to something sometimes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just messing with you.
I'm a bad student.
Don't worry. All right, but we do need to know if you want to have a small talk conversation, or you even just want to talk to somebody for whatever reason. So like maybe somebody is at a party that you know is somebody who is in your work field, and maybe you're interested to know them or interested to work with them. You need to start the conversation, right? You need to introduce yourself. So starting a conversation is probably the hardest part of small talk. So these are expressions that we'll only go over these ones because these are really the only ones that I think are worth the time, is the ones right here on the left, starting a conversation. So let's read these here, and then I want to tell you which ones I think are the most useful. Just the one on the left.
Okay.
Read them out loud. There we go.
Okay. Hi. I don't think we've met. Hello, it's Adriana, isn't it? Hello, I saw you, but I don't. I didn't have a chance to speak to you. I'm hello. Hi, I'm from based in. Uh, i- is this your first company? Something I I thought I might see you somewhere. How lonely to see you here. How are things?
Okay, so of all these uh, expressions, which one do you think is probably which ones are the most useful to enter in a
In my
conversation?
opinion, in my humble opinion, they are all bad.
Then what would you say?
I would say hello, and
But it's
that's
uncomfortable. We, as English speakers, it would be strange for somebody to just be like, "Hello, I'm." It would be too forward. You need to enter in with a transition.
um, I don't think so. I think hello and t- tra- how, how to explain it. Usually, not verbal signals means more than you could think about it.
That's true. That's. I
Uh,
know that's
you
100% true.
usually you need to say hello, smile, and maybe do some kind of handshake or usually I say hello and express my intention to to get familiar with that person or
Okay, but that is on the list. Hello, I'm. You just say hello. I'm Anton. That's on the list. So they're not all bad. Your exact example is on here. Um, the best one is this. Hi, I don't think we've met. This is the best way to enter in a conversation. Because if you just say hello to somebody, like to me, if you just came up to me and said hello, I would think we already met and I would be completely confused. I'd be like, oh my God, I know this person. I don't remember this person. And I would enter into a weird social panic because I'm constantly panicked and I wouldn't know what to do. Now, being that you're not a very panicked person or you're very relaxed doesn't mean everybody else is. So that's why it's always better to have a little cushion. Hi, I don't think we've met. Very, very simple, and I think this is the one I always use. I always say, hi, I don't think we've met. I'm Cassidy, and that's it. Quite easy.
uh, well, maybe it worked to I
Uh,
always do what situation requires.
of course, you need to read the situation. But if you go in with
Yes.
hi, hello, even in Russian, so like let's pretend you're not even speaking English, any language, and you're saying hi, what do you say after that? Do you just introduce yourself, and then what happens?
Of course. Um, well, for
You just walk
example,
away. You just say hi, I'm Anton, turn
last
around and leave.
last time I said something, oh hi, howdy, and
Uh-huh.
just girl who I speak to, she was aware that I approached her to get familiar with her uh, because uh, my intonation, the way how I behaved talk just it just the, didn't require anything else
Okay.
to say.
But then that's what I'm asking. So then after that part's finished, the introduction, what do you talk about? Like, do you ask a question, or what do you end up talking about?
Where is she from?
Uh-huh. Okay. So then you just start talking. You start asking questions about the person's life.
Yes. This algorithm are usual in every culture.
Yeah.
Every conversation, especially that kind of conversation, they start from question.
It's
I
true.
just don't know. I just don't know another way to start conversation with a man who I don't know.
I guess that's true. I told you, but I had mentioned this before, that I've become very bored with small talk and just meeting people and being bored in conversations. So I end up asking strange questions, which ends up at
Yeah,
least,
yeah.
doesn't usually make me a lot of friends, but it does make the night more interesting. Like, what's your most embarrassing moment? Tell me about an embarrassing moment. Tell me about a time, whatever. Most embarrassing moment has always
Just
been a good one.
just imagine a person. Imagine that you think about something that in your head, and someone approach you and say, "Hey, tell me about something embarrassing," and what you behave where would be like in that situation.
It's true. No, but I usually the introductions are already finished.
Yeah, I
Introductions.
understand. I
It's
understand,
not like
but
I don't randomly go up to people. I'm like, hey, tell me something embarrassing.
I understand. But people anyway, uh, people don't have that part in their program.
It's true. It's very off-putting. We
It's
would say it's
yeah,
off-putting.
it's just you just place them in an awkward situation.
Yeah. But the good thing is, most of the time, people end up saying something embarrassing, but like cute embarrassing, nothing too crazy. Like, oh yeah, this one time I used this word wrong, or this one time. And then you end up finding out more interesting things, and people feel more relaxed because they already are vulnerable. Because that's the whole point when you're out and you're speaking to somebody and you feel vulnerable, you start to feel stupid.
I
Nobody wants to feel
remember
stupid.
I read some book about social psychology, and the the guys who perform in public, they usually do that kind of tricks to dispel the tension, um, but they they kind of get their public prepared to that trick. So
Exactly. Gets people like more
but
relaxed.
yeah.
All right, I have a very funny video to show you about body language. So this is kind of part of the lesson. We didn't finish what I wanted to, but I think that's fine. So I want you to open up your YouTube app, and hopefully this will work. What'd you think?
I think that it's talented actors.
But isn't it weird because it's like believable enough that it seems real, but also not crazy enough to seem fake? You know, it's so, I don't know. I have seen this video enough times that I have doubts.
I like that kind of parody.
Yeah.
Because actually they they just did what all pseudo gurus do in their books and that that kind of stuff.
No, it's good. The video's old too. I've used that video.
You know,
Uh-huh.
First rule to be confident is to is to sound sound coherent.
Yeah.
So you can just any insane thing to cover with some coherency, and it may seem like something really something real.
Right, exactly.
And, that guys really did a great job to show that trick.
Good. I think that video is like they use certain words that are completely ridiculous. Like that he says like my boom boom is unavailable. Like nobody says that. Nobody says my boom boom, which I think is hilarious.
If they wouldn't say that, you wouldn't. You at least would be confused if that stuff real. What they
Exactly. Those are like the hints. The hints that it's
yeah,
real.
They had to give you some hooks to catch that it is a parody.
Exactly. And it's like, but it's like hilarious the words they chose. Good. All right, Anton, you have a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. And thanks for being in my class today. Thanks for watching that video and not going to sleep.
Really appreciate your classes.
Good. I know, I'm messing with you. All right, have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a fun day. Goodbye.
Bye.